save me some.
Hello, my friends. How you doing today? I am doing well. Yes. And what I've noticed is that it seems like everybody's doing their New Year. Let's talk about what's gonna happen with our channel in the future type thing. That was me zoning out for a second there. I was having like a vision. Listen, early in the morning, I had a late night last night. I had a lot of shrooms, okay, and peppers and cheese and stuff on my pizza. It was really good. And I was just up all night watching movies. And you know what I was watching last night? Listen to this. Now, if you've been watching this channel for a long time, you know I buy just about anything. I give anything a shot at least once or twice, whatever. And I own everything Godzilla. Everything from Godzilla fighting King Kong and all this. Listen, and I gotta admit to you, like when I was a child, okay, I would watch the Creature Double Feature on Channel 56. Okay, that was a big thing on Saturday mornings. Creature Double Feature, you all excited about it. And then right after that would come Siskel and Ebert, and they would do at the movies, and they would tell you about the movies that you couldn't go see at the movie theater because your mom and dad wouldn't take you. It was one of those things. So I would love to watch the Creature Double Feature. Usually it was a Godzilla movie. It was like Godzilla versus Mothra, Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, Godzilla versus somebody. Godzilla would be fighting with everybody. Now, as a child, I remember watching these movies, but not watching these movies. it's like I was sitting in front of the TV, and we usually had like some kind of food. It would usually be like something stupid, like a chorizo roll or like a can of sardines or something. And I'd be eating something like that, and I'd be watching these Godzilla movies, and I'm like, for some reason, as a child, it just wasn't clicking. I'm like, yeah, it's playing like it's almost like background to my life was Godzilla. Weird. So I never really absorbed the God, but I've been buying them. I figured I needed every Godzilla movie because Godzilla piece of nostalgic history. And I need every Godzilla movie that could possibly ever be made because Godzilla is gotta be something important because they had the Creature Double Feature and he was important enough to be on it almost every other week. So anyway, so last night, yeah, I'm up and this came in the mail yesterday. Okay, it came in the mail yesterday. Godzilla -1. Now saw a lot of reviewers saying this was like really good. I'm like, okay, you know, I'll give it a shot. It's going for a lot of money. Listen, that was me burping in my head. I don't know. I listen. I love my physical media. I'm a little scared about the future. I don't understand why it's difficult for me to go purchase a physical copy of Godzilla -1, which should be very simple. Should be very simple, and should be about let's be honest here, $20. Yeah, I mean, $18, $17.99, 17. It should be $17.99 for a Blu-ray nowadays. Okay, DVDs should be $10, and we can push the Blu-rays up a little bit to like $17 or so. But when you go to your local like Walmart, which is the only place in the world now that I can go physically buy a copy of something, I see a sign there says like $32 or $28 or something like that for a Blu-ray that doesn't even come with a digital copy or this is a bonus disc. It's not even a DVD. So this isn't a Blu-ray DVD combo pack. This is just a Blu-ray set, but it's a Blu-ray and a bonus disc. But when you gotta go to the store and this is what you go to buy, and you can't get your Blu-ray DVD combo pack, or you can't get your 4K Blu-ray combo pack. I don't know how much longer as collectors, or I don't know what your job is, but my job ain't gonna be able to finance this for the rest of my life. Like I'm like I feel like I'm digging a hole, okay, and then I put a little bit of dirt in the hole when I get paid, and then all of a sudden here comes Godzilla -1 or something stupid like that, whatever. And I'm like, oh, let me dig that. Whatever I just put in that hole, let me dig that back out of that hole, and then I'll fill it again next week. So that hole's never gonna get full because I'm gonna keep digging these holes for movies that don't even make any sense why I'm buying them anymore. And then the prices are just way too high. Okay, listen. I understand it's like a supply and demand thing, and I'm not. There's a couple of YouTubers that are like boycott it. Just don't buy them. Don't buy them. If you don't buy them, then they're gonna lower the price. No, that's not how it's going to work. What's going to happen is I worked for a company for a long time, like that used to make things, they used to produce something. What happens is what happened was the stuff went overseas and it cost less money for them to produce it overseas. So we lost the business from that. But I'm just saying that if you don't keep buying, then what's going to happen is the company's probably going to close. Whoever's making the Blu-rays is not going to be able to pay their bills, and they're probably going to close. Now you're probably like, you're crazy because Sony Pictures, whatever, owns this Blu-ray company or that Blu-ray company. But if they're not monetarily making any money off of it, then they're just going to shut that pot off. They might still make Sony movies or Sony TVs or Sony whatever. There might be a new holographic, you can see Darth Vader chopping off your own head in the middle of your living room, holographic machine that's going to be made by Sony later on in the future. But they'll just drop Blu-rays off the face of the planet, or the 4Ks or whatever it is. We stop buying them, they're just going to stop making them. It's going to be one of these things like, why bother on even producing this stuff when you could just stream everything? We'll sell whatever to the streaming services. We'll sell our movies to the streaming services, and then they'll be in control of what we watch. That, not only do I have a hard time with the streaming services as far as the quality of the picture, and the fact that the thing still frees up no matter what TV, listen, I could buy the most high-end TV or the low-end TV, whatever the situation is, I always gonna have that problem with stuff freezing up or buffering or slowing down. Or look what happened with that Tyson fight thing there, where I go put that thing on and I'm like, I'm paying for Netflix, and I go put that thing on and it's like, luckily we got to see the fight. Everything before that saw nothing. So so it was like, granted it was all a thing, but I'm a big Tyson fan. I wanted to see the fight. Okay, everybody in the world was watching this thing. So I don't want these streaming companies to have control over what I can watch and what I can't watch. Because just like that, if they want to pull something off, they'll just pull it off. They decide, listen, this is too graphic for children and too graphic for adults. This is crazy. The Terrifier is over the top. And I don't want to buy it. So Netflix don't want to buy it. Hulu don't want to buy it. And Tubi don't want to buy it. Whatever the companies are, they don't want to buy it because it's too graphic or it's not politically correct or whatever the situation is. They're not going to exist anymore. These things are not going to exist anymore. So, I'm going on a little bit of a tangent rant because I'm getting a little angry lately. I go to Walmart. First, I went to Target the other day, and I walk in there, and they don't even have a media section anymore. They got records. I literally feel like we've gone back to the 70s. I've gone back in time. I dropped Doc Brown done parked outside. I hopped in his time machine. I went back. Because now we got a big old record section at Walmart, a big old record section at Target, and the media, like the Blu-rays are gone, and the 4Ks are gone, and the DVDs are gone, the CDs are gone. Everything, CDs are shrunk down to this over at Walmart. It's like we've got a reverse. It's like we're starting all over again. It's like we're gonna go for records, and then I can't wait for the 8 tracks. The 8 tracks are gonna come out pretty soon, and then I can't wait for the cassette tapes and then the CDs. I should have just kept everything I had in the past so that I wouldn't have to go buy it again. Because I feel like I'm just gonna have to be buy. I started buying records. Listen, I gotta come out to you. There's gonna be some videos coming up pretty soon. I got some weird ass bit by the Taylor Swift addiction bug. I don't know what the heck is going on. Listen. My wife came up to me one day. She's like, why do you ever buy anything by Taylor Swift? And I was like, you know what? I never even thought about it. I think I was angry at Taylor Swift. I was angry at the fact that she looks like a Barbie doll and she sings like a bird and she's so famous and everybody go crazy over her. Okay, I think I had some kind of problem with that. So I was like, I'm anti Taylor Swift. I am not gonna buy any Taylor Swift. I'm not gonna support that. I'm boycotting it. I'm gonna make a difference in the world. Like we're gonna make a difference by not buying the Blu-rays. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make that difference, okay? And I didn't listen to her music. I didn't buy her stuff, whatever. And then my wife won tickets to go see Meghan Trainor. This was like a chain reaction thing. I don't know what the heck happened. Tickets to go see Meghan Trainor. Next thing you know, she's like, I stopped buying Meghan Trainor albums, and I'm like, but I don't know why because it's like it was all right, but it made me happy. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm full of like caffeine and pizza. The vibe from the concert was like happiness. I felt joy. Like there was so many like happy children and happy parents and happy like just adults, and I couldn't smell no marijuana in the air, and it was just like. It was like like going to see Bonnie for the first time. You know what I mean? I'll go like when I was a kid and I like you watch Sesame Street. I don't know what it was. It was like a whole thing. And my wife's like, why don't you listen to Taylor Swift? She said like kind of like that. And I'm like, because it's gonna cause a chain reaction. Be buying everything Taylor Swift. Next thing you know, I buy one thing. I listen to the album once, and I'm like, oh, whoa. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm missing out on something here. I'm gonna do some videos because I went I think what I'm gonna do is a video on how much Taylor Swift a person can accumulate in a month. Okay, I own every. Listen. I done lost my mind. I own every Taylor Swift, every single thing. Listen, I don't own a record player. I own every single record, every version of the record. I was on like this. It was like a. I don't know if I was possessed. I don't know what happened. I can tell you something right now. What happened was I purchased one album and I listened to the hits and I was like, okay, you know that one, you know that one. It's on the radio all the time. It's good, it's okay, but I listen to it all the time. It's overplayed. And I work with kids, so they want to hear. I want to hear "Shake It Off," and all that stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, after a while, you get kind of like sick of that kind of stuff. But I put in one of the records, not the records, the CDs. Okay, I put in one of the CDs. Cause I bought all the CDs too. I put in one of the CDs and I listened to one of the albums. Like from beginning, I'm like, I'm gonna force myself to listen to this whole entire album. Now some people don't do this. Put the whole entire album, every song, even if it's a song that I think is gonna be tough, I'm gonna battle through that song. I'm not gonna fast forward past. I'm gonna be like, I'm 3/4 through. This sucks. No, I'm gonna battle through this whole. I'm gonna go through this whole entire album from beginning to end and give this Taylor Swift the proper Bob Dylanism feeling that I feel like she deserves. Like every artist should have that opportunity for me, okay, to listen to their music and judge them. Okay, that's what it is. So I put it in, and I gotta tell you, I had a spiritual awakening. Okay, I had a moment. Okay, it was the Taylor Swift Red album. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Okay, I don't want to put a picture up here yet because there's gonna be a video on this and guarantee what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna up my view count by 5 billion, trizillion or whatever. I guess that's even a number because every 13-year-old through 18-year-old little girl is gonna be like, oh, Taylor Swift. Listen, it's gonna my demographics gonna be all messed up now. Now it's gonna be like straight men to like 13-year-olds. It's gonna be really weird. But I'll tell you right now, I listened to that album from beginning to end. And I was an emotion. It was an emotional roller coaster. I gotta tell you, I like teared up. I teared up, and then I kind of felt some things, and it kind of brought me back to like my childhood, and then it brought me into the future, and then it brought me into the present. It was like a roller coaster ride of like visions and listen, I don't. There's some of those people there on YouTube there, those theorists or whatever, there's a theorist or whatever, not Suspiria, what the heck, that's Suspiria theorist, what is, come on, help me here, help me, because my mind's going, superstition theorist, no, it's, it's probably, I think it's what starts with a C, you know what I'm talking about, these people that think that there's some kind of thing going on that we ain't seeing, and we see something. I don't know if Taylor, she got something in her music that makes you like addicted. I don't know what it is, but I'll tell you, after listening to that first, I bought one album. My wife said, buy one album, give it a shot, buy one album. I bought it was almost like a drug dealer giving drugs. Okay. After the album, I was like, whoa. And now it's like literally I'm with the wife we're like on a Friday night, and I'm like, we gotta go to Target and see if there's any new Taylor Swift albums. And I don't own a record player. I don't own a record player, but I own every single album that Taylor Swift ever released. No, actually, not. I'm sorry. I got something that's still coming in. I'm like on auctions. Okay, I digress. I'm sorry. See what happens. I tell you, it would happen to you too. You buy that Red album and you listen to it it's gonna be the Taylor's version. Okay, don't buy the other versions because if we get all political and everything, the original record company ripped her off and was selling the rights to her music, but she owned the rights to her music, so she re-recorded everything. Listen, the girl be like a genius and like she's got like this. She'd be like really smart, but has like this, I want to say, innocence of a child about her, where it doesn't make any sense that she's really smart. I hope that didn't offend anybody. Anyway, so yeah, I put this on last night. Godzilla -1. Wow, that really went. Welcome to the new year. Yeah, hopefully I'll have some videos that make more sense. Listen, I got me but like 1 hour sleep last night. I was up all night long. I was watching this Godzilla stuff. Prior to that, I watched Deadpool versus Wolverine. Prior to that, I put in Cannibal the Musical. And prior to that, what was the other one? I got them all standing up over there. I watched Back to the Future 3, the cowboy one day. I was like, I just binged. And then in between that, I started watching YouTube videos of like unboxings and stuff like that. So because I need like a little physical break in between. And I started watching Deadliest Catch. It was like on YouTube. I don't know where that came from. Phil Harris was dying of cancer. He's spitting up blood and everything. I was like, oh, this is terrible. Anyway, but that's my day. That's like a night. That's like a Friday into a Saturday night, for a Saturday morning to me. I'm like, I worked all week. I'm gonna stay up and enjoy all my movies all night long. So I throw this thing in. I'm like, I'm gonna force myself, kind of like the Taylor Swift. I'm gonna force myself to make it through an entire Godzilla movie and try to remember it and try to recall it in my head and see if I could do it. And this is one of the newer ones. I think this was like a straight to Blu-ray release or whatever. But it's also a Tahoe, which Tahoe was like the ones that made the old videos. So that's good. I put it in, and after I adjusted the English, them speaking English instead of them speaking Cantonese or Chinese or whatever it is, the language that the normal Korean, whatever the language is that they're speaking. You have to adjust that thing to get rid of not speaking in English. So now all of a sudden you got the mouth not matching up with the words, which my wife absolutely hates. She hates that. She would never make it through a Godzilla movie or a Bruce Lee movie or any of those kind of. She would have a problem with that. But I don't mind it. But then I had to get rid of the subtitles too, because then not only do they give you English, but then they give you like Korean subtitles, or they give you English subtitles. And I'm like, I don't do subtitles. I don't do subtitles. I can hear, so I don't need subtitles. My daughter comes over, she turns on the subtitles in the living room. I'm like, wait, what do you do? She goes, that way I can concentrate better. I'm like, why don't you just stop talking and stop sticking your head in your phone and looking at your TikTok videos, and why don't you just like watch the show, and then maybe you could concentrate. What do you mean read? Listen, I watch movies so I can avoid reading. I don't understand this, like you want to read while you're watching the movie. But anyway, my brother, my son-in-law does the same thing. I don't know what that is. I don't know if they're going deaf. I don't know if maybe they were yelled at as children. I don't listen. I'm trying to figure out. But whenever I go there, subtitles are on. I don't like the subtitles. It drives me crazy. So yeah, after I fixed all that stuff and I watched the movie, I was like, wow. This was really good. I gotta tell you, I enjoyed this. It was like, it had a Jaws type feeling to it. Like I almost felt like there was a story. I was like, wow, I don't remember like the old Godzilla movies having like real like background stories besides it's like it's soldiers or whatever, and here comes Godzilla, we gotta fight and kill Godzilla. No, this one had like a backstory to it, you know, and I was like, okay, so now I'm wrapped up in this backstory, and then all of a sudden, here comes Godzilla. And the Godzilla actually looks pretty cool. It's like every single Godzilla I've ever seen is the one that I vision in my head as Bobcat Goldthwait there, whatever, from One Crazy Summer when he dresses up like the Godzilla, he's running around. And that's whenever I picture Godzilla, I picture the man in a costume, okay? Because that's what the old Godzilla was. It was pretty much a man in a costume with little buildings and little things. It was like really ridiculous. So that's probably why I really had a hard time watching Godzilla movies, because I was like, I seen E.T. You know, you could put a little bit more time and effort into this or something. I don't know. But I just offended every Godzilla peer person that is watching this channel is now mad at me right now. They're like, Godzilla's the best. Watch out, Godzilla. Listen, I ain't judging you. Okay, I'm trying to tell you that I enjoyed this Godzilla movie. This was a good one. This is a good one. Now, on the other hand, I've not watched this yet. I ordered this thing, but I'm having a hard time with Godzilla and King Kong with the Infinity glove on over there. Well, I haven't watched it yet, but I was like, I gotta get this because it's Godzilla, and I own everything else Godzilla, so I'm gonna buy this Godzilla thing. And then I looked at it for the longest time, and I'm like, now once again, this is a person that does not remember a lot of Godzilla movies, and I did watch the two King Kong movies, the newer ones, but the original King Kong. Geez, I don't think I've ever really seen that. Has anybody really ever seen the original King Kong from beginning to end? I don't know. I think we see clips of it and we think we've seen it. I don't know. If you're one of those people, comment below. But I don't think I know personally myself have never sat through the entire King Kong. I don't even own the original. I'm talking about the one that's from like the 40s or 30s or 50s or whatever the hell year that was. Not the one that was remade later on and the Scream Factory put it out. I have that one. But the original one, the one that we always see in black and white, looks like a claymation King Kong on top of the building. He's swatting you can clearly tell wired planes. Yeah, I never see that crap. But anyway, yeah, so I see the new ones, and I gotta tell you, I was like, King Kong, you know what I mean? It's like, but then when I saw this, I'm like, now King Kong is teaming up with Godzilla. Wow, I'm clogged up. So, after watching this last night, this kind of doesn't coincide with this, because this Godzilla. And if I don't know, you guys can comment. The original Godzilla, I don't know, wasn't he just like a dinosaur type creature? And there was some of them he spit fire, and some of them he just kind of walked around and stepped on things. He growled and yelled and whatever. And And King Kong was kind of the same thing. It's a giant gorilla. Matter of fact, if you play the old video game Rampage, I'm pretty sure they're prominently both of the characters in Rampage. I'm pretty sure that's where they got Rampage from. I think Rampage might owe Godzilla and King Kong some money. So anyway, you guys remember Rampage? Who remembers? You know how many quarters I left on at a Rampage machine at my local Chuck E. Cheese in Lucky 13 video game store. Video game arcade. There you go, arcade. Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah, I saw the Infinity Glove thing, and I'm like, listen, what? Since when did Godzilla and King Kong not only be able to team up, but King Kong's got enough common sense to be like, I can wear now I can wear like jewelry. Now I can wear accessories now. I'm King Kong, and I'm making a lot of money now. I'm gonna buy myself a big gold glove. Now this is just me looking at the cover. Okay, I've never seen the movie, so I'm sure when I watch the movie, you guys probably like, hey idiot, you should go watch the movie. You'll understand a little bit more about the glove. I'm still trying to figure out, like, what I know about King Kong and Godzilla, how they're able to, like, talk to each other, be like, hey, listen, we're gonna make a movie, and me and you get to wear a glove in this one this time. You the Michael Jackson of old Japanese or Chinese or whatever it is, movies, okay? And that's what you're gonna do. And I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna happen. Anyway, this I tell you, if you are a first time Godzilla watcher. Now, this is where I'm gonna leave some comments for some of my friends here that know more than me, because I know you know more than me. Comment below which Godzilla you should start out with, like a person should start out with. Matter of fact, you'd be helping me. You put in the thing, hey, you should have watched Godzilla versus Mothra. If you want to see a real good Godzilla movie that's not brand new, because I will tell you that I did see the Godzilla in 1984 or whatever, 1994, whatever year that was, one with Matthew Broderick. I thought that kind of sucked. Okay, I thought that was like a real poor Jurassic Park. Okay, just really sad. So I did not care for that one at all. I don't think anybody did. That I think instantly ended up in the bargain bin somewhere. But yeah, if you comment below where we should start. Where should I start? Like I have them all. Okay, I do own every single Godzilla movie that has ever been released on either DVD or Blu-ray right now in my possession. Which one am I going to enjoy? I will tell you, there was one with Godzilla, and Godzilla has a little boy. And it's like a little Asian boy has a dream sequence or whatever, and he's pictured himself hanging around with Godzilla's son. I think it might be the son of Godzilla or whatever. That one I found to be very Land of the Lost-ish. I enjoyed that one because it was ridiculously funny and kind of like, look at that little claymation Godzilla, like a little person in Godzilla costume, and that's kind of cute. Yeah, comment below, help somebody out. Yeah, and the future of physical media. Where are we going? Where are we going with this, man? It's like I love these companies online, and I got to tell you, I am probably one of the people that made Walmart, Target, and Best Buy stop selling physical media in store. I'm an at-home shopper. I like to shop online, but I got to tell you, if they're gonna move to that kind of thing, they need to start lowering the prices just a little bit. I mean, to make it a little affordable for the collector, the avid collector, the regular collector, the normal person like me that works a job where you're working, a certain amount of money, and you're making a certain amount every single week, and you're kind of living week by week, day by day, and sometimes you don't know where your next meal's coming from. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, we love your stuff. A lot of us really, really have a problem purchasing things. Okay, this is an addiction. I'm sorry, but in my case, I'm coming out here. I tell you, okay. I am an addict. Okay, I am a movie collecting addict. I don't know how to stop it. It is something that I'm going to be bringing up to my therapist. Not because I want to stop it, but I want to figure out how to slow it down a little bit. I mean, it's consuming my room and consuming my life, and I'm thinking the less I spend, the more I'll save, and then maybe I can make some changes in my life to make myself feel better, because life is too short, and I struggle with that, because then here comes the next title that comes the new title that comes out, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta have that. I want that. I'm gonna be missing that. How can I have this one and not have that one? How can I buy not buy Saw 11 when I have Saw 1 through 10? You gotta buy it. You gotta have it. You know what I mean? It's addiction. It's tough. It's listen. When you're collecting is like, you can change your life and things, and then it's not so much collecting anymore. Now it's like I tell you right now, I can't physically stop this right now. I can't figure out how to do it. But I don't really want to stop it. I want to keep helping the companies out so that way they can keep producing stuff, because this is the strangest thing. I have this fear that something's going to happen to, let's say something happens to the grid, okay? And all of a sudden you can't stream nothing anymore. And you had all this stuff, let's say you had all this stuff downloaded, these digital downloads, you got all your digital downloads, and you got all your streaming services, you got all this stuff like that. Let's say, this is crazy, it's hypothetical. Let's say something goes wrong, okay? And we have no more power, okay? There's no more power, okay? But we have generators. We have the access to gasoline. We have generators. We have access to gasoline. And we are forced to stay in our homes. Okay. Now, this, like I said, this is crazy thought process, but this is in my head. Okay. We're forced to stay in our homes. You can't leave. Okay. There's another epidemic or something has happened, and you cannot leave your home. You're stuck in your home for a year or whatever. And let's say we're already supplied. Let's say we already got food. Okay. Let's say we got canned goods, and we're now all of a sudden I am enjoying green beans. Now all of a sudden I am enjoying peas because I'm so hungry I don't care what I'm eating. All of a sudden I'm enjoying the cat's cat food. Okay, whatever. All of a sudden I'm enjoying the cat. No. I don't want. I know cat loving people be hating. No, I would not be enjoying the cat. That was wrong. I apologize. I'm just saying that desperate times have desperate measures. You know what I mean? It's like, so let's say we have our power does go out, okay, and we got to survive, okay. I mean, I can hook a generator up, hook a TV up, and hook a Blu-ray player up, and I can grab probably for the rest of my life. If I had enough food, I could live for the rest of my life in this room. If I had enough food and drink, and just watch all my movies for the rest of my life, and I'd be fine. Literally, I know some of you people be like, after a while you get a little stir crazy and you want to get out and you want to be possibly, but I don't think I'm built that way. I really truly find comfort in my room, just in my room. I find. I go out to work, or I go out into the world, or I go out to go shopping, or I go out to do, and it just gives me anxiety, stress, and I'm like, I don't want to deal with. Listen, how many of you guys went up to a Target line? Okay, you got like one thing, and then this always only happens to be at Target. I don't know. I'm gonna throw a Target out there because it guarantees happens to be at Target. But all of a sudden, you get up to the maybe in your part of the world it doesn't happen. Work with me on this, okay? So you're at Target, okay, and you got one thing in your hand. You're buying one thing. And you get up to the lines, and it's later at night. Okay, it's like 10 o'clock at night or whatever, and they're closing. Or 9 o'clock at night, they're closing. So they shut down the self-service checkout part, and they got just the regular people checkout. But they only have two open. There's only two open. And you got your one thing, and you're like, I want the one thing I got because it was like CD Friday or whatever it is, and I got the CD. And then you get up to the front of the store, and the line is going around the corner and down the aisle, where you're contemplating whether or not you should just put that thing down and leave. But you know, if you put it down and leave, you're probably not going to be able to get it. You're going to pay more money on the secondary market because you can find the flippers that actually wanted that waited in the line with 10 copies in their hands, and they're going to flip it on you, and you're going to pay like $4 or $5 more than what you paid if you went to Target and just waited in the line because you were impatient. Listen, I'm just saying that when I go out and I leave, it stresses me out a little bit. So there's a lot of things out there that are like, this kind of stinks. You know what I mean? I'm happier in the comfort of my own home. So yeah, in a perfect world, or maybe not a perfect world, in a messed up world, in an apocalyptic Mad Max scenario, I would be perfectly happy and content if I would just be able to sit here with a generator going and watching a dozen or two movies a day. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Comment below. And with that said, hey, listen, everybody. I appreciate you for still tuning in. The future of this channel is I'm going to keep producing as much as I possibly can of whatever, okay? So keep coming back. Hit the bell, hit the notifications, because you don't know what I'm going to be posting next. I'm going to be doing a lot of unboxing stuff where I get up close and unbox it. I want to start doing some more of those because it seems like people really like those. So I might delve back into, let's say, I'm just grabbing something because something's right on the side of me. Let's say the Wizard of Oz box set, which I never opened up, of the 4K, or the Ray Harasuma, whatever, I'm probably not even saying his name right there, collection there, which I never opened up. You know, maybe I'll start throwing a couple of those on the channel, you know, where I'm actually physically unwrapping this stuff and showing you what is inside, what's in the booklets, and what's going on. Because I guess, you know, people search for that stuff, so that might help my algorithm a little bit. Because now, listen, I'm not asking anybody to you are not you don't have to watch anything you don't want to watch. Okay, so if it's something that doesn't interest you, I don't expect you to watch it. But I hope you still stay tuned in. At least turn me on and wait through the commercials so that YouTube can start giving me some kind of money and hit like and then shut me off and go watch something else. They get like, I don't care about Taylor Swift. I don't care about the Wizard of Oz. I don't care about. I'm just gonna go on to somebody else. But listen, he's still there, and maybe next week will be something I'm interested in. So we want to keep him subscribed, and we want to keep the notification thing on, and we want to hit the like button also. We want to keep him happy because he does his best. But hopefully things get a little bit better. I want to put a little bit more content, a little bit different content. I also have been making 1/6 scale figures and dolls from scratch. Like I've been buying like pieces from like different areas around the world. Actually, come from China and Hong Kong and Japan and I've been like custom making these different dolls and figures and stuff. 1/6 scale figures, the ones that were about this big, kind of like the Hot Toys or the bigger figures. I might start showing them off. Or maybe I'll make one, and as I'm making it, I'll show the making process of it or whatever, and I'll still keep talking and telling my stories as I'm doing it. Why, where, when, how, and reason behind why I'm doing what I do here. Yeah, this was a tough. This was my non-shaved long weekend. Not feeling too good. A little confused, lack of sleep. But you know what? I felt like I needed to be a little bit more transparent today. I feel like this should be a video where you're like I haven't seen the real him in a while. He's been a little bit more stressed or depressed or sad or whatever. I was like, maybe if you catch me like early in the morning after like an hour's sleep, maybe you get like I get back into that like happy mode or whatever. I don't know. Comment below. And with that said, my friends, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you, and I will see you later. You should have saved me some.